Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alyssa. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today and welcome in case you are new here. Today I am doing a very special review. So I purchased some items, well, the initial items that came with the Lauren Conrad Beauty launch. This was like months back. I'll link that video down below. But since then she has expanded her range quite a bit and I wanted to try out some new products since the expansion. So I got pretty much every single thing that she has expanded to since her initial launch, and I just want to kind of go through a full face of her products. In case you didn't know, all of Lauren Conrad's products are vegan, cruelty-free, they're all, I think, like paraben-free, paraben-free, sulfate-free, just, you know, really clean beauty. I think that that's kind of what is the reasoning behind the higher price tag, because her stuff is not cheap. It's definitely not like high-end luxury, but it's not drugstore either. It's kind of in between. All of the packaging is sustainable, recyclable. She goes through on her website with every single product and tells you how to recycle each and every item. So that's super cool, and it's something that I really admire and you don't really see a whole lot of within normal beauty products. But in case you didn't know, Kohl's also sells quite a bit of beauty products also. They're not drugstore, they're more like middle tier. You know, they sell like Lorac there, and they sell, what's the other one? Do they sell Benefit? I think it's Benefit. They sell like more prestige makeup. When I went on Kohl's website, I saw that there was a bunch of new products from Lauren Conrad, which I didn't even think to look there for her products. I was just used to going on her website because that's where I went for the first launch, was her website, but I should have known better because Kohl's has had this partnership with Lauren Conrad for years and years. She has tons of collections there, from handbags to clothes to home accessories. She's got it all. I should have thought to go there, but I didn't until I saw it and I was like, oh, she's got makeup here. Of course she's got makeup here. So I kind of was perusing and seeing what was on Kohl's website, and the one good thing about Kohl's is that they tend to have a lot of sales, and of course you get Kohl's cash every time that you spend so much money. So had I thought about it before, I probably would have placed the order on Kohl's website of the initial launch and not her website, because then I could have gotten Kohl's cash, but it's alright. But the interesting thing is that I went over to her website after visiting Kohl's, and none of these products from the expansion are on her website, which is kind of odd. So she just has like her normal products. Well, I think some of these products are on her website, but definitely not all of them. So I thought that was really interesting that Kohl's kind of had, I mean, they must have made like an exclusivity deal to launch this stuff on Kohl's before her website, which is, I don't know, it's kind of odd. I don't know how I feel about that. You as a brand donor letting a different company release your products before you get to, it's kind of odd, but I don't know. Long story short, if you want any of these products, your best bet is probably going to be Kohl's. So I'll link everything obviously in the description box for you to purchase. Oh, one more thing actually, sorry. Kohl's actually also has these bundles. So if you don't have any of her products, which I already had some of these products, and some of the bundles already had the products that I personally had, so I just ended up getting these things individually. But if you don't have any of these products or any of the products that are in the bundles, it's so much better of a deal to get the bundles because you're saving more money. If it's bundled together, you get a little discount. So highly recommend checking out the bundles first and seeing what's in those and purchasing those before you purchase the individual products. Does that make sense? I don't even know. Okay, now I promise we're gonna get into what's on my face. All right, so first thing I put on was, sorry, one more thing. Okay, so I purchased this all from Kohl's, like I said, and I don't live near Kohl's, but I made kind of a special trip. The closest one I think is like 50 miles from me, but I was visiting my family who lives in the area where there's a Kohl's, and so I just did like an online order and then placed it for pickup, curbside pickup. So that's what I did while I was on my way to see my family. And then fast forward to today when I was looking up all my notes for all these products, I forgot a product. Well, I don't know if I forgot it because I feel like I wouldn't forget something like this, but I think that they launched it, or I think that they released it on their website after I got home, guys. The primer. They have a primer that I did not pick up, but I will give you the details on it. So it's called just the face primer. It's $29. It is 1 ounce of product, and it looks like it's just a clear, it has a lot of dimethicones in it, so it's just a clear product. And I do plan on going back to Kohl's anyways because there's Kohl's cash that I earned from this purchase that's valid from I think like the 26th to the 2nd, I believe. So I think I decided on my calendar on the 1st is when I'll be able to make it down there. So when I go back and spend my Kohl's cash, then I'll pick up that primer and test it out, and I'll put that in the description box. So sometime after the 1st or 2nd maybe, check back and look in the description box and I'll have notes on the primer. But for now, I just used the Milani Rose Primer. I thought it kind of looks like the same packaging, so I thought why not? So that's what I put on for primer. And if you haven't seen the video that I did on all the Milani primers, I reviewed them all and I'll link that down below. First product I picked up was the liquid foundation, and this retails for $29. I'm just gonna say the retail price of all of these items. I got all these items for cheaper on Kohl's website, so that's another reason why, I don't remember if I said that or not, go on Kohl's to buy these products because you'll get them for a little bit cheaper. But just for the sake of retail price, these are the prices that I'm going to mention are the ones that are going to be on her website. So that's kind of why I'm saying the full price. This comes in 20 shades, and I got shade number 3. It is medium to full coverage. It has 2 sunscreen ingredients, which are titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. Both are 5% each. It says that it has a SPF of 15, so that's kind of nice. You get a little bit of SPF. I still would put a regular SPF on underneath of this because 15 is not a lot. I mean, if I was going outside, I guess, but if I'm staying home like I am today, then, you know, this is fine without. I think that this definitely is medium to full coverage. I normally would have gotten probably shade number 1 or 2, but I am tan right now. I just self-tanned this morning. That's why it looks a little crazy. I haven't washed it off yet, but that is why I got shade number 3, so I thought this would be good for the summer months. It definitely feels like it has a satin finish on my skin. It doesn't feel totally matte, but I feel like I could still wear it on its own without powder over top of it. I thought it was pretty good. I don't really have too many complaints on it. Next we have the concealer. This little guy is 0.25 ounces. It retails for $22. The shade range on this, it comes in 8 shades. I'm not gonna list them, I'll just put them on the screen for you. And the shade that I got was shade number 2. It says that it is medium to full coverage, and it has avocado oil in it, caffeine, and vitamin E. I probably should have gotten shade number 1 because it was rather close to the shade number 3 shade in the foundation that I got. But I feel like if I just add like a lightening color corrector to it, it might be alright. If I were to purchase this during the winter months, I'll probably get it in shade number 1 if I do decide to purchase it again. I applied this on, oh, I forgot to say, with the foundation also. So I applied this on underneath my eyes, and I used a brush on the right side of my face for both the foundation and the concealer. And then I used a beauty blender on the left side of my face. I do think for both the foundation and the concealer both, I think I actually like the brush side better than the beauty blender side. I just think that it covered better and it just overall looked smoother. I feel like I can still see some darkness underneath my eye for the beauty blender side, whereas the brush side I can see hardly any, if any at all. So that's really nice. I'm sure I could have built it up a little bit more on the beauty blender side, but just for the sake of comparison purposes, I wanted to test it out. It is not bad. I think it's a little expensive for how much you get. It's just little, but that's all right. I think it's good. The finishing powder. This guy comes in 4 shades. It comes in tan, light, medium, and deep. The shade that I got was medium just because, like I said, I was planning on self-tanning and I wanted everything to match quite nicely. It says that it's a light to sheer coverage and that it is a matte finish. This guy is 0.098 ounces for $27. It's little. So I had a little bit of trouble with this because, so you take the lid off like this, and of course if you're gonna get this, you're going to use a big brush for your whole face. Unless you're doing it underneath the eye, this was fine because I just dabbed a little bit on my brush and just did it under the eye like this, and that was fine. But when you're using a big brush like this, it's kind of hard. It fits perfectly inside the component, but then when you go to shake it off, it's just kind of awkward, and it's like flying everywhere. So what I did was I just held it upside down like this, and I just kind of tapped. Can you see this? Yeah. Tap the side of the brush just to get any excess off. So that's kind of the best way to do it. I wish this was a little bit wider, but it is what it is. It's nice. I think it did what the whole purpose was just to set everything and keep it all matte. No complaints with that other than it is a little bit spendy. The powder blush. Look at this cute little thing. It just opens like this, like a little envelope. So cute, right? It is $25 and it comes in 2 shades. And the shades are Peach and Romance. I got the shade Peach, but Romance is a little bit darker. That's why I decided to get this one. And it is 0.15 ounces. I thought that it did pretty good on my skin. I feel like it just gave me a nice little flush of color and just brings everything alive and healthy looking in the skin. It did what I thought it would do. Blush isn't really too hard of a thing to make work, so no complaints. Next we have the limited edition eyeshadow palette. So it is in the kind of same style as the blush where it just folds open like an envelope like this. This guy is $39. It has 12 different shades inside. They are all 0.03 ounces each, and the finishes that you get in here are a mix of satins, mattes, and shimmers. The shade names are on the back of the component. All the shades in here are talc free, which is nice. She does have 2 other mini eyeshadow palettes. They're just 6-pan eyeshadow palettes and they are $29 each. Getting the larger eyeshadow palette is the better value. When I was looking on the website, quite a few of the shades look similar to the ones in the 6-pan eyeshadow palettes. I don't know if they are the same shades because it didn't say the shade names for the 6-pan ones on the website, but they looked quite similar. So that's why I feel like I'm just gonna stick with this one. The reason that I got this one was just because it was limited edition. The shades that I did put on today, they sit really well on my eyes. They aren't patchy, they were easy to blend, and I don't really have any complaints on it. Next we have the eyebrow pencil. So this guy comes with a spoolie on one end and then the pencil on the other end. It's just a normal pencil. It's $22 and it comes, oh, my earring just fell. That's what I get for not putting it back on. Back to business. as I was saying, this guy comes in 4 shades. It comes in light blonde, blonde, light brown, and dark brown. I got the shade light brown. It is 0.038 ounces. It says that it has a buildable medium coverage, it is smear resistant, and it is a semi-matte finish. I've talked about not being a huge brow person, but I decided to buy it anyways, even though it's rather expensive. Yeah, it's just a basic brow product. You just do this, that, and the other. No complaints other than I spent all that money for something I won't really use that much. I mean, I'll still use it because it's Lauren Conrad, but you know, it'll be a special event situation. Next thing I put on was the eyeliner, and this one I'm not going to talk about because I already talked about it in my other video, which, like I said, will be linked down below. Next is the eyeliner pencil. This guy was $18. It comes in the shade Onyx. There's only one shade, so I was forced to get this one. Otherwise, I probably would have chosen a lighter color if they had one, just because the rest of this stuff is kind of, I don't know, when I think Lauren Conrad, I just think like light, airy, and ethereal, and not black, but that's what we got. It is 0.04 ounces, and it's a nice pencil. It's right on your waterline. It's nice and creamy. It's not too tough to work with, and the color payoff is really nice. Next we have the mascara. This guy was, so it comes in 2 sizes. There's a $10 one and there's a $20 one. I got the $20 one, and it is 0.9 ounces, I believe, and the $10, no. This is a little weird. It says on the sticker here 0.22 fluid ounce, but then on Kohl's website, the 2 sizes are either 0.5 ounce or 0.9 ounce. Either way, I got the bigger one, and it says on the sticker 0.22 ounce, so I'm gonna go with that. And it only comes in 1 shade. It's the same as the eyeliner. It is in the shade Onyx. I don't really have a lot of trouble with mascaras in general, so I didn't really have a tough time making this work. I would say my only critique about it would be it didn't really do as much for my lower lashes as I would have wanted it to. I've had better mascaras on my lower lashes, but other than that, it's not terrible. Next I put on the lip and cheek tint for some hydration, then I put on the liquid highlighter, then I put on the lipstick. This is in the shade Shell, and then I got the lip gloss in the shade Rose Quartz, and all of these guys are, again, on my original video, which will be linked down below. Last item that I picked up was the Skindividual tint. Look at this guy. It is so tiny. Oh my gosh. This guy is 0.135 fluid ounces for $18. This comes in 4 shades. It comes in light, medium, tan, and deep. I got the shade light, and I actually put this on last night right before I was gonna self-tan today, just to see what the match would be like for my face and the rest of my body, and it's actually a pretty good match, so this will be good for the winter months. But after I was a little confused, because I was like, why would a face tint, because when I think of face tint, I think of something that just sort of evens out skin tone. It's not really meant to be like a full coverage or even medium coverage foundation. So I was a little confused as to why it comes in this little of a component, but then as I was reading on the website this morning, getting all my notes ready, it says, this multifunctional lightweight formula gives you the flexibility to customize your foundation or concealer into your desired shade. I guess it makes a little bit more sense. It's not really meant to be all over the face, even though that's how I used it. And the way I did it last night was same as all this. I used Beauty Blender on this side and a brush on this side. Again, I like the brush side better, but that's just me. But I definitely see now the real purpose of this, because it was not light or even sheer coverage at all. So it makes sense now that it's more used as a mixer to customize your perfect shade, and also that explains the low shade range for this, because I was kind of like side-eyeing it on the website like, really? 4 shades? But that just makes more sense now. All right, so that is all the products, you guys. Oh my gosh. I really like the look that I ended up doing. It looks fresh, it looks light. I will continue to use her products for as long as she keeps making them. Again, as soon as I get that primer and test it out a little bit, I will let you guys know what I think about it. So just check back in the description box. Actually, I might do like a little thing on my Instagram stories, so follow me on Instagram, and maybe I'll put something out on Twitter too. I don't really use Twitter. If you guys use that platform, then just follow me on there and I'll put a little thing out once I have my thoughts on it. Yeah guys, that is it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed. I love doing makeup reviews, especially new launches, and I'm just so excited that Lauren Conrad is expanding her line because I am obsessed with her. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!